I'm Jen, your local New York City guide, and this is the ultimate guide to the top 101 things you need to know before visiting New York. I'm going to break it down into 7 categories: geography, transportation, cost, weather, where to stay, best food to eat, Broadway tips. Okay, don't forget to click that like button, subscribe, share it with friends if you enjoyed this video, and check out the blog post linked down below for even more information. Let's go! $8 million people live here. Over 60 million people visit each year. There are 5 boroughs. Manhattan is the smallest borough, but often steals the show. I may be biased toward Brooklyn, but did you know that if Brooklyn was still a city and not a borough, it would be the 4th largest city in America? I recommend going outside of Manhattan to other boroughs for local neighborhood experiences like Brooklyn, the Bronx, Staten Island, and Queens. Or at least take the Staten Island ferry for great views of the city and the Statue of Liberty. New York City is a grid system of mostly rectangles. 3 short blocks between streets equals the same distance as 1 block between avenues. It usually takes 1 minute to walk 1 short block between streets and 5 minutes to walk 1 block between avenues. 20 short blocks between streets is a mile. Most of Manhattan has streets that run from east to west, from 1st all the way to 220th uptown. Avenues run from south to north, from the east side to the west side. 5th Ave divides Manhattan's east side from its west side. Broadway crisscrosses against the grid from Columbus Circle through Times Square all the way down to Union Square. We talk about the city in directions: uptown or downtown, east side or west side. When asking for directions, don't say a specific hotel name. It is likely New Yorkers don't really know that, so just say cross streets. New Yorkers walk with purpose and confidence here. They do not tolerate slow walking, so try not to stand in the way. Keep the pace of traffic moving. If not, stand away on the side. 99% of New York City is not dangerous. Just don't be dumb with your stuff. Keep it always on you and keep your eye on it. The easiest way to piss off a New Yorker is to stand right in the middle of the sidewalk, to stop right there to take photos. Don't get in their way. It may be an island, but it doesn't have great beaches. You have to travel to Rockaway Beach, Coney Island, the Hamptons, or the Jersey Shore. It's also Houston, not Houston Street. Okay, got it? If possible, avoid traveling during rush hour when people are rushing to work Monday through Friday. Yellow taxis are a great form of sightseeing above ground. If you have to get somewhere really quick, those drivers know how to get there, and if you can't get there, easily accessible by train. The trick to knowing when to hail a cab is to look at the numbers on top. If it is lit up, it is empty. If it is not lit up, it is taken. To hail a cab, stand on a prominent corner with your hand up, and if you're going in a certain direction and there are a lot of one-ways, make sure that you're on the one-way in the right direction. For cheaper shared rides, try Lyft or Uber. You can borrow a city bike for 30-minute intervals as long as you redock it every 30 minutes. The subway is usually the fastest and cheapest way to get around. Stairs or escalators, stand on the right, pass on the left. Have your Metro card ready before you step up to the gate to avoid a human traffic jam. 1 Metro card swipe currently costs about $2.75. If you only need a couple of swipes, you can customize the exact amount of swipes by adding on a certain amount of money. If you are here for a week and want to swipe your card over 13 times, then get the weekly unlimited pass. There are also monthly passes. If you move here, ask your employer about tax-free Metro cards. If you're not from the US and you pay with credit card, put your zip code as 99999. That's 5 nines. Some entrances are direction specific. So if you are going uptown and this sign says downtown only, do not go there. That means there is no underpass to cross over to the other side. However, if you are, you accidentally swipe it and you have an unlimited, you have to know that you have to wait 18 minutes before swiping it again. So just be careful, check the signs ahead of time. There are both local and express trains. Local stops are marked with a black dot and express trains are marked with a white dot. Allow passengers to exit the train. Do not stand right in front of the doors and block them from exiting. If you see a train car that is empty and the other train cars around it are crowded, there is probably a reason. It probably smells or has broken air conditioning. Just go to the next car. Subway stations are not air conditioned or heated in the summer or winter, only the actual subway cars are. For the price of one MetroCard swipe, you can ride the Roosevelt Island trams across to the island. I highly recommend this in the spring when the cherry blossoms are blooming. These trams were featured in Spider-Man and offer an amazing view of the Manhattan skyline. If you dare to eat on the train, avoid smelly and messy foods, just bring a granola bar. You will probably lose service below ground. Don't lean on the pole. Don't listen to music without headphones. Take off your backpack. Don't take up more than one seat. Listen to announcements, if you can hear them, in case the train takes another route. New York City is expensive, but some things can be super affordable. For example, you can find pizza for $5 a slice that's really good, or you can find pretty decent pizza for only $1 a slice. Bring cash. Some food markets and trucks only accept cash. Most places will have a credit card minimum of $5 or $10. It will usually be marked on the cash register, or you can ask if you're purchasing something for under $10 with a credit card. Lunch can easily be $10 to $20. Dinner can be $15 to $35 depending on where. Places with views or rooftops, or even beautiful gardens like this are a little bit more expensive, but so worth it. Sales tax is not usually included on restaurant and retail price tags, so it's about 8.8%, so just keep that in mind. The recommended tip amount is 15 to 20% for bartenders, waiters, and taxi drivers. The best weather to visit is spring and fall. I highly recommend visiting in spring when all the flowers and cherry blossom trees are in bloom. Summer is the hottest, most crowded time, but there are so many free activities. The second most popular time is winter to see the holiday decorations. It can be really cold and there can be blizzards though. In winter, wear extra layers, a big jacket, and comfy boots. Wear comfortable shoes in any season because New York City is a walking city. If it rains, you can buy a $5 cheap umbrella anywhere, but don't expect it to last very long. Avoid big puddles, especially when it's not raining. You do not want to walk in whatever that is. If you are only here for a few days, the most central location to stay is near Times Square in Midtown. Times Square is a must-see, but it is a lot, so you probably only want to spend a certain amount of time here. Some cartoon characters will ask you for money, and some other characters might even pop into your photos and ask you for more money, so just be careful. If you have more time, stay in Brooklyn or downtown, where you can get to most places in about 20 minutes. I love Airbnb, especially if you are staying in a group. This is a very affordable option. I have a link down below for $40 off your first day. There is nothing like a New York City bagel. That is a fact. We love Mexican food. One of my favorite spots is Los Tacos numero uno. Pizza is a staple in a New Yorker's diet. Some top spots are Best Pizza, Roberta's, John's of Bleecker Street, and Prince. Food and drinks come in large portions, so check the cup and what you're about to get beforehand. Just ask people. People are always there to answer your questions. And if you have too much food, you can always take it to go. It is hard to find public restrooms, but some great ones are Bryant Park, Grand Central, and any hotel lobby. The Corner Bodega has everything you need, from basic groceries to sandwiches. For an affordable meal, go to a grocery store which often has a hot buffet, cold sandwiches, or salads. If you see a B or a C outside of a restaurant instead of an A, then that means that they have over 14 violations and you probably don't want to eat there. Brunch and boozy brunch can be an expensive and busy affair, so get there early and make reservations. Speakeasies are hidden cocktail bars often left over from Prohibition. Go out on the weekdays like a Thursday night to enjoy the best happy hour prices and the least crowds. Enjoy affordable meals at expensive restaurants during Restaurant Week. There's also a Broadway week. If you can't afford that, try getting cheaper tickets to the Off-Broadway week. For cheap tickets, try a ticket lottery or the TKTS booth. If you have a specific show in mind, it is best to get tickets as far ahead as possible to guarantee tickets. My favorite Broadway show is Wicked. I've seen it 3 times. A great family-friendly show that's a total classic is The Lion King. Make sure to print out your tickets beforehand. If you are picking up tickets at the box office, go earlier in the day to avoid lines. Broadway is a guaranteed great show, but some of the best shows are for free in the New York City subway. Museums often have a free night or pay-as-you-like pricing. Visit a few museums together along Museum Mile. Central Park is huge, so you have to dedicate at least half a day to really explore all of it. And not even all of it, there's still more, but most of it. If you want to blend in, wear black. If you want to stand out, wear color. Don't buy postcards and souvenirs at expensive spots like the Empire State Building that's super touristy and therefore the price tag is way higher. Instead, buy them for a much more affordable price at Duane Reade or in Chinatown, or even better, support locals by purchasing your goods at markets like Artists and Fleas. You cannot see it all, so keep your list of things that you're going to try and do manageable and realistic to the amount of time you have, and don't forget to build in free time. Last tip, seriously, check out my blog post for all the details on this and a printable list that you can check off. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, subscribe, and share it with friends. I have a blog post linked down below with all of the details. As always, say yes to new adventures, and I'll see you next time. Bye.